The essence of a business organization is the products and service it offers, and every aspect of the organization and its supply chain are structured around those products and services. Organizations that have well-designed products or services are more likely to realize their goals than those with poorly designed products or services. Product and service design is a key factor in satisfying the customer. To be successful in product and service design, organizations must be continually aware of what customers want, what the competition is doing, what government regulations are, and what new technologies are available. The design process involves motivation, ideas, or improvement, organizational capabilities, and forecasting. In addition to product life cycles, legal, environmental, and ethical considerations influence design choices. What degree of standardizations designer should incorporate into designs is also an important consideration. A key objective for designers is to achieve a product or service design that will meet or exceed customers' expectations within cost or budget and taking into account the capabilities of the operations. Although product design and service design are similar in some aspects, a number of key differences exist between products and services that influence the way they are designed. Good day, our discussion for today will center about the product and service design in relation with hospitality industry. This topic is composed of two parts, but today we are going to discuss first the part one. Part one of this topic includes major factors in design strategy, product or service design activities, the reasons for product or service design, the objectives of product and service design, designing for operations, the legal, ethical, and environmental issues, the regulations and legal considerations, designers adhere to guidelines, other issues in product and service design, life cycles of products or services, the standardization, mass customization, delayed differentiation, modular design in relation with hospitality industry, reliability, robust design, degree of newness, phases in product development process, and idea generation. Products or service design should be closely tied to an organizational strategy. It is a major factor in cost, quality, time to market, customer satisfaction, and competitive advantage. So again, the product or service design should be closely tied to an organization's strategy. Consequently, marketing, finance, operations, accounting, IT, and HR need to be involved. Demand forecast and projected costs are very important, as is the expected impact on the supply chain. So it is significant to note that an important cause of operations failures can be traced to faulty design. So the designs that have not been well thought out or incorrectly implemented, or instructions for assembly or usage that are wrong or unclear, can be the cause of product and service failures, leading to lawsuits, injuries and deaths, product recalls, and damaged reputations. So what does product and service design do? The various activities and responsibilities of product and service design include the following. Product and service design involves or affect nearly every functional area of an organization. However, marketing and operations have major involvement. So the key questions from a buyer's point of view, most purchasing decisions entail two fundamental considerations. One is cost and other is quality or performance. So it is very important to translate customer wants and needs into product and service requirement. And then to refine existing products and services, to develop new products and services, to formulate quality goals, to formulate cost targets, construct and test prototypes or the products, document specifications. So the key questions from a buyer standpoint, most purchasing decisions entail two fundamental considerations, as I've said a while ago. One is cost and the other is quality. So from the standpoint of the organization, the key questions are, is there demand for it? What is the potential size of the market? And what is the expected demand profile? Will demand be long or in short term? Or will it grow slowly or quickly? Can we do it, or do we have necessary knowledge or skills, equipment, capacity, and supply chain capability? And for these products, this is known as the manufacturability. And for service, this is known as serviceability. Also, is outsourcing some or all of the work an option? What level of quality is appropriate? What do customers expect? And what level of quality do competitors provide for similar items? And how would it fit with our current offerings? Does it make sense from an economic standpoint? What are the potential liability issues, ethical considerations, sustainability issues, costs and profits? And for nonprofits, is the cost within the budget? So those are the questions from the standpoint of the organization. Product and service design has typically strategic implications for the success and prosperity of an organization. Furthermore, it has an impact on future, and consequently, decisions in these areas are some of the most fundamental that managers must make. So organizations become involved in product and service design or redesign for a variety of reasons. And the main forces that initiate design or redesign are market, opportunities, and threats. So the factors that give rise to market opportunities and threats can be one of or more changes. So these are the following. So first, economic, such as low demand, excessive warranty claims, the need to reduce cost. And then the other one is social and demographic, such as aging populations or population shifts. Next is political liability or legal liability, such as government changes, safety issues, and new regulations. And then competitive, such as new or changed products or services, or new advertising. And then we also have technological. So for the technological in product components, technology also can indirectly affect product and service design. Advances in processing technology may also require altering an existing design to make it compatible with the new processing technology. So those are the reasons or the factors affecting the design of product and services. The objectives of product and service design are the main focus, of course, is the customer satisfaction. The secondary focus are the function of product and service, the cost and profit, the quality, the appearance, the ease of production or the assembly, the ease of maintenance or the service. Designing for operations, this is about taking into account the capabilities of the organization in designing goods and services. The designer must be careful to take into account a wide array of legal and ethical considerations. Generally, they are mandatory. Moreover, if there is a potential to harm the environment, then those issues also become important. Most of the organizations are subject to numerous government agencies that regulate them. Among the more familiar agencies are the FDA or the Food and Drug Administration, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration or the OSHA, the Environmental Protection Agency, and various state and local agencies. So we have also ethical standards, so releasing products without defects. And of course, environmental. Some of the governing agencies under this environmental issues is the Environmental Protection Agency or the EPA. Product liability can be a strong incentive for design improvements. So product liability is the responsibility of the manufacturer for any injuries or damages caused by faulty product because of poor workmanship or design. So many business firms have faced lawsuits related to their products. So manufacturers also are faced with the implied warranties created by the state under the Uniform Commercial Code, which says that product carry an implication of merchantability and fitness, that is, the product must be usable for its intended purpose. So the suits and potential suits have led to increased legal and insurance costs, expensive settlements with injured parties, and costly recalls. So in the Philippines, the UCC or the Uniform Commercial Code also can be object of a secure transaction under the Philippine law. And it is called here the secure transaction law. The organizations generally want designers to adhere to guidelines such as the following. So produce designs that are consistent with the goals of the organizations. For instance, if the company has a goal of high quality, don't cut corners to save costs, even in areas where it won't be apparent to the customer. Next is to give customers the value they expect. Next is to make health and safety a primary concern. At risk are employees who will produce goods or deliver services, workers who will transport the products, customers who will use the products or receive the services, and the general public, which might be endangered by the products or services. Okay, so make health and safety a primary concern, and consider potential harm to the environment. Aside from legal, ethical, environmental, and human considerations, designer must also take into account the product or service life cycle, how much standardization to incorporate, product or service reliability, and the range of operations or operating conditions under which is a product or service must function. So most but not all products and services go through a series of stages over their useful life. So sometimes referred to as their life cycle. So demand typically varies by phase. Different phases call for different stages. In every phase, forecast of demand and cash flow are key inputs for strategy. When a product or service is introduced, it may be treated as a curiosity item, and many potential buyers may suspect that all the bugs haven't been worked out and that the price may drop after the introductory period. And strategically, companies must carefully weigh the trade-offs in getting all the bugs out versus getting a lift of the competition, as well as getting to the market at an advantageous time. So for example, introducing new high-tech products or features during peak back-to-school buying periods or holiday buying periods can be highly desirable. An important issue that often arises in both product, service design, and process design is the degree of standardization. Standardization refers to the extent to which there is absence of variety in product or service process. A standardized service implies that every customer or item process receive essentially the same service. So standardized service implies that every customer should receive the same or essentially the same service. Standardization carries a number of important benefits such as well as disadvantages. Standardization or standardized products are immediately available to customers. Advantages of standardization: fewer parts to deal with in inventory and manufacturing. The design costs are generally lower. Reduce training costs and time. More routine purchasing, handling, and inspection procedures. As well as orders fillable from inventory. Opportunities for long production runs and automation. And need for fewer parts justifies increased expenditures on perfecting designs and improving quality control procedures. For the disadvantages of standardization, the designs may be frozen with too many imperfections. High cost of the design changes increases resistance to improvements. And decreased variety results in less consumer appeal. So with shifting demographics in connection to hospitality industry and the changing consumer tastes and preferences, or the mass production is sometimes called as mass customization. Mass production is preferably a term for hospitality industry. So it is not enough to keep business going. In the present world, business organizations are facing tremendous forces to change to stay ahead of competitors. So nowadays, virtually all companies recognize the need to be customer-driven by providing superior service to satisfy customers' needs. But as customers and their needs grow increasingly diverse, unnecessary costs and complexity are inevitably added to operations. So mass customization is a strategy of producing standardized goods or services, but incorporating some degree of customization. The lead: differentiation, modular design. So what makes your product or service different and more appealing to customers than other option in your category? So product differentiation is what gives you a competitive advantage in your market. Product differentiators can include better quality and service as well as unique features and benefits as applied to hospitality industry businesses. Delayed differentiation is also a postponement tactic. We're in producing but not quite completing a product or service until customer preferences or the demand or specifications are known. Modular design is a form of standardization in which component parts are subdivided into modules that are easily replaced or interchanged. And it allows easier diagnosis and remedy of failures, easier repair and replacement, simplification of manufacturing and assembly. So if we relate this to hospitality industry, so as we all know, hospitality offers a rich variation of styles, letting you play with different patterns, color, texture, and format in different areas within or without a major commitment to one style. Reliability also can have an impact on repeat sales, reflect on the product's image, and if it is too low, create a legal implication. Reliability is also a consideration for sustainability. The higher the reliability of a product, the fewer the resources that will be needed to maintain it. So the term failure is used to describe a situation to which an item does not perform as intended. So this includes not only instances in which the item does not function at all, but also instances in which the item's performance is substandard or it functions in a way not intended. So this can also include load, temperature, and humidity ranges, and other uncontrollable factors, as well as operating procedures and maintenance schedules. So for the normal operating conditions, these are the set of conditions under which an item's reliability is specified. Because overall system reliability is a function of the reliability of individual, the components, other components or improvements, in their reliability, it increased system reliability as well. So unfortunately, inadequate production or assembly procedures can negate even the best of designs, and this is often a source of system failures, and system reliability can be increased by the use of backup components. So failures in actual use often can be reduced by upgrading user education and refining maintenance recommendations or procedures. Finally, it may be possible to increase the overall reliability of the system by simplifying the system, thereby reducing the number of components that could cause the system to fail, or altering the components relationships, such as increasing the reliability of interfaces. So, improving reliability includes component design, production assembly techniques, testing, redundancy or backup, preventive maintenance procedures, user education, system design. For the product design, it includes product life cycles, full-bodied design, concurrent engineering, computer-aided design, and modular design. So the more robust a product or service, the less likely it will fail due to change in the environment in which it is used or which is performed. Hence, the more designers can build robustness into the product or service, the better it should hold up, resulting in a higher level of customer satisfaction. So a robust design, this is resulted in products or services that can function over a broad range of conditions. The more robust a product or service, the less likely it will fail due to environment in which it is used or which it is performed. So hence, the more designers can build robustness into the product or service, the better it should hold up, resulting a higher customer satisfaction. In connection, for the market, a low level of newness would mean little difficulty with market acceptance, but possibly low profit potential. So even in instances of low profit potential, organizations might use this strategy to maintain market share. So degree of newness also includes the modification of an existing product and service, expansion of an existing product or service, clone of competitors' product or service, and new product or service. For the phases in product development process, so first, of course, we have the idea generation, and then we have the feasibility analysis. And this entails market analysis or the demand, economic analysis, development cost and production cost, profit potential, and technical analysis. So that's under feasibility analysis. And capacity requirements and availability and the skills needed. For the product specifications, this involves detailed descriptions of what is needed to meet or exceed customer wants and requires collaboration between legal and marketing and, of course, the operations. And then for the process specifications, once product specifications have been set, attention turns to specifications for the process that will be needed to produce the product. Alternatives also must be weighed in terms of cost, availability of resources, profit potential, and quality. And this involves collaboration between accounting and operations. Next, we have prototype development with product and processes specifications complete. One or a few units are made to see if there are any problems with the product or processes specifications. So the design review at this stage, any necessary changes are made or the project is abandoned. So marketing, finance, engineering, design, and operations collaborate to determine whether to proceed or to abandon the project. Then next, we have the market test. A market test is used to determine the extent of consumer acceptance. If unsuccessful, the product returns to the design review phase, and this phase is handled by the marketing. For the product introduction, the new product is promoted. This phase is handling by the marketing department. And for the follow-up evaluation based on the user's feedback, changes may be made or forecast and refine. This phase is handled as well by the marketing. So these are the phases in product development process. So ideas for new or redesign products or services can come from a variety of sources, including the supply chain, the competitor, and the research base. Of course, the customers. So customer input can come from surveys focused on groups or focus groups, complaints, and unsolicited suggestions for improvement. For the input from suppliers, it also includes the distributors and employees, can be obtained from interviews, direct or indirect suggestions, and complaints. And one of the strongest motivators for new and improved products or services is competitors, products, and services. And by studying a competitor's products or services and how the competitor operates, pricing policies, return policies, warranties, location strategies, and etc., an organization can see many ideas. And beyond that, some companies purchase a competitor's product and then carefully dismantle and inspect it, searching for ways to improve their own product. So this all are about idea generation. So this ends up for the part 1 of the product and service design. Thank you very much and stay safe.